We talk about proxy design pattern. A proxy design pattern in its most general form is a class functioning as an interface to something else. In short, a proxy is a wrapper or agent object that is being called by the client to access the real serving object behind the scenes. A proxy could interface to anything, such as a network connection, a large object in memory, a file, or some other resource that is expensive or impossible to duplicate. Use of the proxy can simply be forwarding to the real object or can provide additional logic. For example, let's take an audio file where the actual audio file class would be used to load the file from the disk, whereas the proxy audio would use the actual audio file and it will serve the requester. Instead of we exposing directly the actual audio file by the requester, we would be proxying through the proxy audio file. Let's build this example and see how it works. Let me open my Visual Studio Code. Here I have. And now let's create an audio file.java, audio.java that will have an interface called audio and a public method called play. And the next file would be actual audio. Actual audio.java. Here we would be implementing audio interface. Then let's create a file name, private string file name, and let's create a constructor actual audio that would take string argument file name, and here we would call this dot file name equals file name. Now within this we would like to call load from the disk. Let's first create method called load from disk. This would print a statement system.out.println and we would say loading from disk plus file name. Let's use this load from disk method within the constructor, and at last let's override the play method, public void play. Within this we will print dot println and we'll say playing plus file name. We have finished actual audio file. Now let's go ahead and create a proxy audio for this file. Proxy audio.java. This would also implement audio, and here let's create a private actual audio class variable, and let's create string file name and public proxy audio and string file name. Within that, this dot file name equals file name. Now let's override our play method at override play. Here, instead of implementing this, we would check whether we have an actual audio object is null. If it is null, then let's instantiate it with new actual audio with the file name. Then we would call actual audio.play. Now we have finished proxy audio. Let's go ahead and create proxy test.java. This will have our main method, public static void main. Within this, we will have audio equals new proxy audio file name. Let's pass a file name music.mp3 and call audio.play first time, and just try this one more time, play, to see that it is not loading from the actual disk. First time it would be loading from the disk, and if you use the same method multiple times, it would be just calling from the proxy audio class instead of going to the actual audio. Let's go ahead and compile all these classes. Javac *.java. It has compiled all the files within this folder. And now let us run the main method and see this. First, when we created the object proxy audio, we got the audio, and within this, using this audio object, we are playing. For the first time when we do that, it will use the actual audio class and it will execute load from disk, and it will print the statement loading from disk. Second time when we say audio.play, it will go into the proxy audio and it will check whether the actual audio is equal to null. Then it will see that it's not null. Then it will go here and it will directly play. It won't go inside and it won't load from the disk. It will directly print the statement. So if you use this n number of times, it will directly fetch from the proxy audio class instead of going to the actual class. Hope this was useful. Thank you for watching.